Hey, what's good, guys? I am Ragujan. So we are on the question set 40, and let's read the first one. Write the relational algebra query to see the product name of the registered product. Use the product stored as a use the product stored as a product table. Uh, so we need the product name uh, from the product table. So that's what we need. So in this case, we have to use the projection. Basically projection gives us the we can filter out the columns using projection. Using the selection operator we can filter out the rows. So whenever we goes for these kind of queries, always we have to um, give privilege to the selection one, and it will filter out the rows, and after that we can filter out the columns. So that's how it goes, but in this case they're just asking for the product name, so it doesn't have anything to do with the conditions. So we can just use the uh, projection one. So this is how it goes. So you can print out the pi. So now we need the pi operator. So pi operator basically represents the um, projection one. So you can click, you can press, you can hold the control, sorry, you can hold the alt key, and you have to press 227, and it should give us the uh, um, pi operator. And now we need to use two brackets, and one for the column name, and this one is for the table name. So in this case the product table is the one, and here we have to mention the column. So in this case we are talking about the product name, I guess. Let's read it again. The product name, okay, product name of the registered product. So therefore we have to say product name column, the attribute. And also we had to do some slight uh, changes like this. You have to make it as a subscript, so it would be appear like this. So, and also I'm going to change the font of this to 40, so it will look more uh, you know. So now we can move on to, so this is the question, the answer for the question 1. And now we can move on to the question 2. So write the relational algebra query to check the username and password of the login details of the user, and registered users use the login details stored as the system login table. So in this case we need the username and password from the login table. So therefore we have to use the pi operator, the projection one, and two brackets and one for the table. So in this case system login is the table name, system login, and now we have to mention the columns, the password. Let's go with username first. So username and password, and let's change the attitude. So okay, so this is the answer for question 2. We can move on to the question 3. So again, okay, now let's move on to the question 3. So write the relational algebra query to say the user ID, first name, last name of the registered users. Use the table stored by registered users as a user table. So now we are going to use the user table, and we are going to filter out the user ID, first name and last name. So that's how it goes. So pi operator, and there are and two brackets and one for the table, the user table, and we had the next one is for the columns. So first one is ID, and second one first name, and the third one last name. And now we had to change the little bit of we had to do some little bit of adjustments. So make this attribute one as a subscript. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, just keep it this way. And now we can move on to the third one, fourth one, sorry. So the fourth one is create a relational algebra query to see the product name and description of the product whose brand name is Bata, and use the brand ID as to use the brand stored as the brand table. So you guys can see this is how it looks. This is how the query works. So you guys can see they have used so in this case we had to use the selection operator. So by doing this, basically um, we'll get the brand name from the uh, we'll get brand ID from the product table, and after that we can this would basically filter out the column rows, and after that we can basically using the we can filter out the uh, columns using the projection operator. So that's how it goes. So let's do the question. So first and foremost we need the brand ID. Using the brand ID we can filter out the rows. So now I'm going to use the selection operator. So we have to use selection. So therefore we need to use a sigma sign symbol. So therefore you have to click you have to hold the alt key and press 229 like alt 229, and this will basically gives you the sigma this will basically gives you the sigma symbol. And now we have to and this here you guys can see this bracket we will use this bracket as our table, and this will be our condition. So we need the brand ID. So uh, from the product table, so product, and here we have to mention the brand ID. So brand ID is 2. So this is how it goes. So it will basically gives us the um, rows. So this would be a row, and after that we have to insert this inside our selection operation. So sorry, the projection operation. So I want to insert this inside our selection operator. And also here I have to mention what are the columns I need. So in this case I need the product name and description. So say product name and the description, and our this will this bracket will represent the our table. So in this case this is the table, this would be our table. Yeah, so pretty much so this is the answer for our question 4. Let's make some little bit of adjustments. Okay, so this is the answer for question 4. um, I hope you guys understood my explanation. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.